just think of a Haunting Spectre. Shadow Shaman at least has the Hex that can get rid of the illusion real fast, but he's gonna take a lot of burning damage if he doesn't have a Hex.
Spectre's really good.
Shadow Shaman's a very squishy hero.
This is a really good pick lineup from Na'Vi right now. They have a lot of gank potential as well. Technically, you just need the Vengeful Spirit and like the Puck, for example, to smoke up and find somebody. They always have like the Ice Blast and the Spectre to haunt in. So I like this. I like this a lot from Na'Vi right now. It seems very well rounded.
It does. It does indeed. The Brood removed from Mama's Boys. Making sure that that's not going to be a surprise pick from Na'Vi, and then the Juggernaut still also removed. Looking at carries that would fit in the same category as the Juggernaut, heroes that don't necessarily need a lot of Gyrocopter. What about Gyrocopter?
Yeah, we haven't seen much Gyrocopter in this. Well, we haven't seen a Gyrocopter in the last game.
Clark?
Could be good pickup. What about a Lycan? They could go for a push themselves. They are on the dire side, so Lycan for Roshan as well could be nice. I will say it's not necessarily the most self-sufficient here on the lane, but at the same time, it doesn't really look like as if Na'Vi is actually trying to contest the lane too much. So Lycan could be good.
Reserve time.
Lycan could be nice. There you go for Slardar in the end, though, but I mean, it's still a hero that can take down Roshan with the amplified damage. So they have that dire side advantage. If there is a lot of aggression coming out from Na'Vi, they can delay that Slardar Blink Dagger by quite a bit, and they do go for a Clockwork, which is a pretty good hero against that Slardar.
Oh yeah, it's also good against Doom.
Yes.
And I like this. I like this lineup. Again, they have really good pick-off potential in the mid game, and can always fall back onto the Spectre in the late game. So it feels like a very well-rounded lineup. They have very solid lanes, especially considering that Mama's Boys doesn't necessarily have the most aggressive lanes, so it doesn't really feel like Mama's Boy could technically punish any weak lanes if Na'Vi had them. And yeah, I have to give it to Na'Vi again, I think, in this draft.
The draft does seem pretty well rounded once again. I was gonna say something about Sexy Memo playing Slardar, but then they swapped, so they actually swapped before I could say anything about it. Which, I mean, both players play both heroes. I guess that doesn't matter much.
I guess it kind of depends what your game plan going into this is. Having the Slardar as a safe lane carry indicates a more like mid-orientated game where you want to push out aggression.
Yeah, which is exactly what they want to do. That's also why you get the Shadow Shaman, so you can push down those towers real fast in the mid-game. Let's see if they can execute their plan. What do you feel about the plan of Na'Vi?
Na'Vi, they just wanna survive the laning stage, or have a solid laning stage, I suppose, and then from there on out, they just can go for ganks. They have excellent heroes to find pickoffs with. And interestingly enough, they're actually going to go aggressive Trident. I like this actually, because I feel like we kind of talked about this, that the Shadow Shaman is not necessarily one of the most solid laners in that regard. So contesting that could be really strong. If you have like AA and Venge, that's a lot of damage early on, and Shadow Shaman is very squishy.
Looks like we've got Mama's Boys going for the bot rune. Well, Na'Vi is ready to fight for the top rune. I really like this positioning from Ditya. Being a Spectre, you can just dagger down a cliff and have the vision in the meantime. Obviously, you don't want to throw out a dagger if there's not going to be an enemy hero. You don't want to waste too much mana. You don't want to spec anything that you don't know if you want for sure, but could have been an option. But then, yeah. And there weren't any heroes, so they can just pick up the rune anyway. We'll be up and Puck getting the root. Let's take a look at the lanes. I mean, it shouldn't come too much as a surprise that it will be Queen of Pain versus Puck. Feels very old school to me, but as you pointed out, it will be an aggressive tri-lane, leaving Exmo on the safe lane by himself, and having the tri-lane with Soneko's Venge, Ancient Operation, and Ditya Spectre on that off-lane, Archstyle on the Ancient Operation there.
And Mama's Boys.
Dual lanes coming up from Mama's Boys.
Yeah, exactly. They responded accordingly. They noticed that this was going to be an aggressive tri-lane and switched it around a bit. Makes a lot of sense. They really don't want to face this aggressive tri-lane with their Slardar and Shadow Shaman. Having Lich and Doom up here is actually really favorable for them because they can play very passively. The lane is naturally going to push because of the sacrifice, and they can always find some farm, obviously, with the Devour. So this is actually okay for them, as long as they don't give away kills. This is totally fine.
What do you feel of the diving potential from Na'Vi?
Yeah, this is the only thing they really have to worry about. Yeah, the fact that if the lane pushes too hard, Na'Vi can dive, and they have so much damage early on, especially when they hit level 2. Mid
In the
lane.
meantime, Exmo is just annoying the Slardar slightly with the cogs. And I'm kind of waiting for... Oh, the stun comes out. They don't have enough. They only really have one stun on the side of Na'Vi on the top lane.
Yeah,
So that needs to come with the damage from the Chilling Touch after that, but...
this is why I
Then
think...
you kind of want to go on the Lich... Oh, and I really like him speccing Ice Armor level 2.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be helping a lot, I think.
It really does, especially on a Doom, who is naturally very...
Yeah, 0 base
exactly.
armor.
I wanted to say squishy, but then I was like, squishy's not really the right word. But yeah, he has no armor.
Yeah.
Mid lane, Seneko tried to go for something here, but
And he's just getting harassed.
it's very even in the mid lane so
Denzi
far.
is actually getting harassed a lot. He has got a salve, but I think then he knows that there's no rune there. And actually, they're gonna go for this one. Hook in a lot of trouble. Oh! First blood by Yapster coming in with a zap just in time. Queen of Pain has blinked himself away, or at least tried to, and then killed herself off on the Ancients. Oh, then you could see him thinking, you know, he'd jump away, he could orb away, but then he was greedy, thinking, no, I can get the kill, but he didn't account for Yapster coming around the corner.
This is so
Damn.
heavily unfortunate.
Oh, that positioning though from Yapster, yeah, well, that rotation, the timing.
The only thing that's actually good about this is that Queen of Pain didn't get the kill, and she also died, meaning that she didn't gain a CS advantage in the lane. Yeah, she actually got the experience, but she also had to share it with Shadow Shaman, so she's only a half level ahead. So this is actually not too bad for Dendi. Obviously, yeah, you want to have the kill, but it could have been so much worse.
If you're gonna die anyway, this probably was one of the better scenarios.
Exactly.
That is indeed true.
Lane stage going very much in favor of Mama's boys, except for mid lane where Dendi is now dominating Hook actually. They're winning the top lane, and bottom lane is, I mean, Clockwork is getting XP, but not too much in farm.
Yeah, Slardar is doing very well on the farm indeed. You can compare him to the Spectre, he's like double the last hits, which is quite insane. And then you got the Doom also sitting super high on last hits, 15 to 4. Who is still getting, of course, that extra gold with this Devour, still getting the help from the armor. I really like how Lich is just making sure that he's barely showing himself on lane, getting most of his experience from sacrifice and maybe pulls here and there. Because he is the one, he knows he is the one that would die if they get a kill there, if they get a success. We go around
Hook.
as Hook just jumped himself into Seneko. He'll end up dying this time.
That wasn't...
Just really wanted to get the rune. Didn't think that Vengeful Spirit was sitting around there. In the meantime, bottom lane had Shadow Shaman die. Also a rune fight as Clockwork gets the kill for that one. Probably walked at him with the battery sold on. Still getting chased by Pikehead, who's a little bit more speedy than Expo here. Has got the sprint there as well. Doesn't have a level in bash, so I'm not sure what Pikehead's looking for here. But, well, trades all around. Runes being fought over and Na'Vi coming out ahead.
That was incredibly greedy from Hook. I feel like there's a bit of a miscommunication from the team because they have a good ward to actually know whether the support's from Na'Vi on the top lane or not. So Hook should have known that Seneko wasn't there. Yeah. It certainly didn't help him in the lane. He doesn't even have boots.
No.
Look at him.
Oh, he jumped forward again. Up until Denny. The silence is there and then he jumps out. He needs to be playing this aggressive, I guess. That's his only way of getting back.
Yeah, he needs
Denny
to take
low.
advantage of the situation right now. The fact that Denny's low, doesn't have a bottle, so he knows that he can't play this aggressively. And that he knows that the supports are also on top right now.
Pool being done by Na'Vi here. Or I believe it has been done by Na'Vi. And they actually go for Bambo here, and they take a lot of damage. He takes a lot of damage, still gets stunned up. Is there enough damage there? The minus armor coming up from Seneko, but still the armor is there to slow Seneko down, so he cannot chase that. That's probably the lowest that we've seen Doom go so far. But
Chera, please.
Bambo will still get a salve.
If Chera had been there, or if he had had enough mana for a spectral dagger, That would have been a kill. Mid lane hook is being silenced up. Then he has... Oh! Then he was being a bit greedy with his play here. I think if he had dropped the ultimate, maybe he would have gotten the kill.
Have a chance.
Yeah, probably,
that.
actually.
In the pain. Going for the rune, this time bottom rune. It's a bit more safe as the Suneko did just pop his head again on the top lane. Invis rune coming out, and no vision for what kind of rune it was for I Love Mama Boys, but they should be able to tell it was an active rune. They know it was an active rune, so they should be extra careful. One bottle charge for Puck has got a Dream Coil available. Clockwork still indeed gets a kill there. We're gonna follow this action right here. Sax gets underneath the target. He knows he's dead. Yeah, okay. Well, this is very anticlimactic. He should have followed bot lane. How did Axmo get that kill?
He just,
did you see it?
He played very aggressively, just basically went in with battery assault. They didn't know that the Ancient Apparition was there, so there was like, oh yeah, you battery assault in what now? And then suddenly, Ancient Apparition with Chilling Touch, too much damage.
Oh, yeah. That is just very rough. So that Clockwork is getting a lot in this lane.
Yeah, he's certainly...
2-0 already, almost level 6.
He certainly is getting more than he maybe should. Getting those 2 kills, getting that 1 kill on the rune was actually really huge. Being able to follow it up now with another kill is even bigger. Because the way they wanted these lanes to go was actually they wanted to win at least 2 out of these 3 lanes, and now it's more like it's very even actually.
The Queen of Pain caught up on last hits in mid lane. Did of course die twice now.
Oh.
The hook.
If that had hit.
Doesn't look like it doesn't want to go anymore. Still a risky target to go for on the Queen of Pain.
Bottom lane,
in the meantime, wrap around. Yeah, looks for a crush, finds it on art style, but the cold feet still there. Will proc maybe as well. Is the shackle? There will not proc actually. Shackle on art style will get a kill there. And Ditchara, who rotated bottom farm, is now forced back under tower. In the meantime, Queen of Pain. I don't know what's happening to this Queen of Pain, but she has a tendency to die, especially when I'm not watching her.
And it was a solo kill as well. It wasn't even with the Clockwork together. It was just soloed by Dendi. I didn't watch it sadly, but I don't know. I don't think that should happen, especially since Queen of Pain was doing so well again, and now she's basically falling behind again.
Yeah. Then he rotated bottom with a haste rune, but realized that he was seen, and they instantly countered the ward that was placed behind the tower. Oh, hello, Artstyle. What you doing there, buddy? Getting shackled there, amplified damage as well as a crush coming out there. In the meantime, Queen of Pain jumps forward, Sonic Waves the Spectre, and it actually was enough to take down a Spectre as well. Wow, okay. Just like that, things get turned around.
Nicely coordinated as well, realizing that, yeah, this AA is dead anyway, and going for the solo kill onto the Spectre. I keep jinxing these guys. Whenever I say somebody's doing well, doing badly, they're just doing magically better the next second.
Oh, sucks. He should be fine. No, he should not be fine. No. Oh, what?
He gets stunned in the base. That's unfortunate. Ditchera, they're gonna dive him.
Oh. Yeah, they should be able to. They get the amplified damage, so they see him.
They can get the shackle, yeah.
In comes the shackle. And Pyke coming in from the back, they should be able to kill him very easily. Yep. Controls there, no teleports to help him out, as then you already used the teleport earlier to have the rotation that didn't help out. Vengeful Spirit, I mean, they didn't even want to try. Just Vengeful Spirit wouldn't have been enough.
Note that they
need the Puck or the Clockwork to actually be able to do something. So
they just got this tower without using the Rasta wards, which by the way he has, and he has Arcane Boots. He's doing really well as a support.
He is very rich actually. Let's take a look at his net worth. He is just as rich as the offlane, as the Clockwork, who I thought was doing really well, but just a bit better. He has he's got 4 kills out of the 5 kills his team has.
So
I guess coming in to take that first blood definitely helped him out.
Yep. That was a huge kill.
Yeah.
Imagine how the mid lane would have gone if that hadn't happened. Because afterwards...
Do you mean if Dendi would have gotten the kill, or nobody would have died?
Had gotten the kill, because even though Dendi died, he actually dominated the lane afterwards for a few minutes.
Got for Dendi and Suneko. Flare coming in, hook shot as well. Up on hook, he's trying to blink away, but the Dream Coil and the Silence are there. So that is a nice kill going the way of Dendi. And he's one step closer to his blink dagger.
Very well coordinated. Unfortunately, and this is this is, I suppose, the weakness of Navi's draft, is that when they do find these pickoffs, they can't transition into an objective because they don't have any push. They don't even have like a good Roshan lineup. I guess they have the Vengeful Spirit, but that's really it. So unlike Mama's Boys, who, as you could see online, they can actually go for those pushes if they wanted to.
I guess it also is as they go for Roshan with the wars, by the way. It's just for Na'Vi, it's less important maybe to take objectives because they're playing into the late game. They're like, you know, we have Spectres, so we're fine. Oh, Flare coming out. They know this is happening right now. Are they gonna be able to take it fast enough? The Doom is there as a meat shield. They're not gonna be. They're gonna be able to take it fast enough. And Na'Vi is not gonna be able to reply in time. The Haunts come out still. Slardar takes the Aegis, and Spectre just haunted into a Doom.
I'm very surprised they tried to go for this.
Yeah. Nako will get picked off there as well. They should back off from that tower right now.
Yes, for sure.
This is not the fight that they can take.
No.
Did they see him go into the... Yeah, they did. Okay. Dream Girl still coming out, and they ult as well. They will be able to take the Aegis and the Lich as well. Yeah, Absor in some trouble, getting chased down by Denny, who still gets hit by the Sonic Wave, but Queen of Pain still dies to the Clockwork. Pikehead coming in with the Blink, looking for a crush, finds it on the Clockwork, but Clockwork not dying anytime soon. Ditchara coming in, back in the fight. Double kill for Axmo, and it is Na'Vi that has proven that they can definitely fight there under their tower, and it also means that with the kills that Mama Boy had, and with the Aegis, they can't take any towers off the back of that.
Pretty sure this is where you go into alt chat and type in baited.
Yeah.
But again, I say that they don't do well, that they should just disengage, but they get a kill anyway. Bit greedy from Mama's Boys. Did they lose the Aegis again?
Yeah, they did.
Huh.
Slardar basically died twice, that fight. He actually died twice, not basically, just actually did.
I will say that he has his Blink Dagger though, so this is okay. It's not like he was in, like, he wasn't close to a new item, so this is okay. But obviously you don't want to give away these kills, especially to heroes that do need a few items, like Denny with the Blink Dagger, for example.
What do you feel like Bambo's role this game is going to be? Because he has almost got what I believe should be a Blink Dagger. You feel like he's going to build Blink Dagger? I feel like Bambo is one of those players that would build a Blink Dagger on Doom after this Phase Drums build.
Yeah, could maybe also go for a Shadow Blade. The nice thing about the Shadow Blade would be to force out detection from Navi. Sort of like...
Yeah. The supports are kind of not forced to do anything right now, as in terms of that, yeah.
Make sure that they're poor by forcing out the detection, and it's also a nice way to engage. It's very likely to find at least one Doom with the Shadow Blade, the initial one.
And one puck kill,
exactly.
Hopefully for them.
Oh, that could be
because we didn't even talk about that, but that's a puck picked into a Doom.
It's okay though. I think it's very okay actually. It kind of depends on the pace of the game, but the way it's been going so far, it's definitely okay to have it.
Ooh, a hookshot missed, and I think Axmo's going to be really happy with that, because there's quite a lot of people there for Mama's Boys.
The fact that he still went uphill is very, very brave, because if the Yapso had read that better, he could have shackled him actually. Smoke up from Soneko and Dendi. And this is what I talked about in the draft. They only need these two heroes to smoke up for a gank, and they could find a kill because they have AA, they have Clockwork even.
Queen of Pain they go for. They know she's still around there somewhere. Ooh, she actually blinks up on Ditchara, who might be able to get the kill, but Hook is gonna go down for that as well. Ditchara actually will live as he gets some bottle charges from his pal Danny there. I think he should get another one. Yeah, he did. Okay. Baited?
Again, baited, yeah.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate timing though. If he had done this maybe 5 seconds sooner, he probably would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. Now Axmo has to be careful here. Pikecat looking for the kill. Blade Mill already procced, and Bambo interrupts it from probably getting his Doom out there. Tier 1 tower on their siege, and no reply from Navi other than a fortify. Do they want to defend this? I don't think they do.
I think
not with brute force anyways.
I think if you have Bambo, you're actually happy that the Clockwork cancelled his Doom, because that Doom would have not gotten him a kill.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is actually going for the Shadow Blade. Has the Shadow Amulet right now and is 100 gold away from the actual item. Oh, actually, he
There
has
it is.
Yeah.
He
He
has it.
sold his TP.
Wow, that's some diehard dedication there to wanting to make that first invis before they notice he has it. Worth it. Let's see who they can find. They know where Puck is there. There he goes. Bambo. He wants to make this worth it. The blink away from Puck. They see where he went. They have got that ward there up on the cliff. Chasing him down.
They
He
want
has
the
got some
Puck so
backup there
badly.
as well. They really want that Puck. Puck has only died once. That was of course the first blood there, but that was Shadow Blade used. I don't think Navi noticed it yet. They have got a ward up on the high ground, but
They should have seen it. Nobody pinged it out, but I think they should have seen it.
oh, double damage room for Hook. He's going for Soneko, and Soneko is visible as he's standing under the ward.
Sucks on mid lane, dead.
Nope. And Soneko's trying to TP out. We're gonna follow this one as Puck is, or rather, Lich was dying.
Hook going for
Shut.
the Ags. He wants to be able to find these pickoffs more often. If he had his ultimate there, for example, that would have been a kill, for sure.
Definitely.
Oh, Hook.
Dandy jumping on Hook. The Hunt is there as well. They want to take him down. They will be able to. Blink
Very
is
dead.
there, but doesn't matter. Blink out of the Dream Coil. That hurts still. Fairly enough to kill you as well.
And this is why I think Aghanims, yeah, it's nice to have these pickoffs. And also, it's good push and deep push, but at the same time, he's very vulnerable. They're very good. I mean, you have the silence from Denny, obviously, but they also have the Venge Stun, the Hook, even the battery is sold. I don't know. There's so much to contain him. It feels like it's too greedy to go for an Aghanims.
But I'm kind of following this Doom. I feel like he should be. He's trying. This is like I think the second time, or maybe third time that he's trying to make something happen with the Shadow Blade, but he's just not.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna try again. They actually saw him, I believe, because they're pinging out so much. Well, maybe they just saw
They
Yasuo.
saw the other guys.
Yeah. He's going again, and he's not gonna find anybody. Poor Bambo, actually.
As Spectre dies, this time Queen of Pain was able to get him, but I'm just following Bambo's pain right here. That's basically what's happening right now. He's like, oh my god, guys,
Pretty sure.
got my Shadow Blade.
Pretty sure he hasn't been farming for like the past 2 minutes or something. Just trying to find these pickoffs.
Yeah, it's very costly. Shadow Shaman wards used in mid lane.
Look at him, he's so patient. He's so patient.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion.
Don't.
Oh,
He knows.
That's a real one. Now he doesn't know which was a real one, so he doesn't do anything. So he actually is going for the clockwork. Perhaps he sees him.
Did he see the clockwork? I don't think he saw the clockwork. He's just going for the camp. Oh yeah,
No, he
they
doesn't.
pinged him out.
He's
They
just
pinged him
going
out.
Yeah. In the meantime, Tower falls. Navi didn't feel like that was a worthy fight to take. They felt like they were baiting out, which was being baited out, which was exactly what happened.
Oh, that
And I think
sentry.
Navi is pretty happy with their scenario right now, their situation. Apart from the Spectre getting picked off over and over again. Who, by the way, is very underfarmed, Dijara.
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about that, but yeah, he didn't do too well in the lane anyway. That was already not going the way of Navi. Then they tried to rotate him to the bottom lane and give him some farm there, but the Queen of Pain just kept following him. In that regard, I think the Aghanims on the Queen of Pain makes a lot of sense, because with that, she can just kill the Spectre over and over again, considering that Spectre is going for the squishy Diffusal Blade build. So in that sense, it makes a lot of sense, but again, I do think that Queen of Pain leaves herself very vulnerable as a trade-off.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn it off. Thanks, Vicky. I have my subscriber sounds on.
Oh, okay. Yield Scepter and Dendi now. Pretty good,
Nice.
actually. They needed a reliable way to cancel the Shadow Shaman Shackles without, expending something valuable like the Puck Ultimate, for example. Or even just against the Slaughter, it's a really good item. Who, by the way, has a 4-step now. So his range of initiation is even bigger.
Yeah, they are looking for a fight, and they think they're gonna get to Hookshot in. Gets Yapster for the moment. The Hunt is there too. Yapster taking a lot of damage. Hanscott still everything. Oh, he places wards. That's all he does. Gets rid of an illusion, but the wards are there, and everybody can just fight around it. Shadow Shaman's dominating streak has now ended. That's what he had. That's a lot of gold going the way of the Spectre, by the way, and that alone makes this fight, I think, worth it. Can they find another one?
They don't really have the initiation without the without the hook shot.
Yeah, but no, Clockwork blinks away.
Then he needs to be closer.
Oh. Then he needs to be very careful. The crush comes out. Exmo still got his blade mail off though. That helps him out a lot. In comes the Doom. Up on the real Dendy. Real Dendy. Real dead! That's what he is. Queen of Pain coming in to take that kill. Crush up on Exmo again. This time he does not have a blade mail, but gets swapped into safety by a Snake Way. Oh, coming up on 3! They might be able to turn this one around. Puck cannot buy back to help you out. Sonic Wave killing off the Vengeful Spirit. Now the hook shot there again. This time going for Bambo. But the Ancient Separation ulti is only level 1 and therefore it ended, and the creeps coming in to help Lich get the kill on that Clockwork, which means Spectre is the only one left alive. Bambo is very low, but Spectre's already gone.
Did you see?
Still got the kill on the Slardar though, and at least is something, but that was not a fight that Na'Vi wanted to take.
Did you see the hate for the puck?
Oh, the hate for the puck was so real. Lich ultimate, as well as the Doom, and they just nuked him down so fast. Queen of Pain just coming in there. But he's so squishy once he can't save himself with Yules or with the phase shift.
No.
Oh,
He is gonna
talking
get a
about
kill
puck.
though, probably.
Yeah, I think so too. The silence is there. Is there enough damage? Dreamcoat coming out as well. That's a Dreamcoat for support, but it should be worth it. And the kill is indeed there. 70-second cooldown. Ah, yes, that's worth it because it's a bit extra gold and he needs
Oh
that
yeah,
gold.
for sure. Especially after that last fight, it's one of these kind of scenarios where like, wow, this fight was so bad. I just wanted this kill to sort of like get my morale back up again, and it's very unlikely to see a fight anytime soon, especially since Mama's Boys also expended all of their cooldowns in the last engagement. So this is okay. But yeah, the last fight, I wanted to actually commend Exmo for his rockets. He basically initiated the whole fight because he had really good vision with the rockets, and he kept a good vision with the rockets.
Very important. And he almost got the kill on the Doom.
Almost. It was actually a bit too hesitant. He
Imagine if he would had an axe though. I think that would make that's a
Ooh.
game changer.
That would have, yeah, for sure. And he's fairly close to it. I say fairly. He only has a point booster right now, but also 600 gold in his bank. Dichara, by the way, getting that kill on the Slaughter was also pretty huge. He definitely needed that boost. He just finished the defusal before the fight, and now he's sitting at 2k gold again, so catching up.
What would you want his next item to be?
He needs to tank up. It has to be, I guess, Mantisar maybe? Maybe even go for a much more defensive item. Maybe go back to the Vanguard. Although, man, it's probably
Is it
too
go
late.
back to Radiance? Is that still an option, or is that no option for you?
Depends how they
greedy?
estimate how this game is going right now. The way the game is going right now, I wouldn't go back to it, because that takes so much time to farm, and then it takes a bit more time to, you know, get the next item afterwards, and that's so much time for the Queen of Pain, for example, to just kill you down. I believe Dichara died like 2 or 3 times solo to the Queen of Pain? 2 times,
Yeah.
I think. So
At least 2.
yeah, so this is something that you don't want to happen again. I think this is the biggest priority right now.
Well, smoke up from Mama's Boys. With the Shadow Blade also coming out, giving vision there. They look for the dead. Oh, the silence just in time, and the spot there is well Bambo. Can he get the Doom out? I don't think he can. Lich Ultimate will not bounce around. Dendy dodging that one as well. Suiko making himself first because he got that Sonic Wave in the face. Looking for Hook. Has got another stun in a second. Will be able to use it up on Hook. There he goes, and that's a kill right there as well. The smoke up from Mama's Boys blowing up in their face. That's silence. Was he visible to the tower? Did he come in tower
Pretty
range?
sure
I
it was
think he
tower
did.
range, yeah. They didn't have, they
Yeah.
only dropped the sentry afterwards.
Afterwards,
Unless
yeah.
there was a sentry before that timed out during that time. I believe,
No, I think it was the tower.
I believe it was the tower
Yeah.
as well. So, it was very unfortunate. Otherwise, there would have been a sick engagement from Mama's Boys.
Would have been. If Dendy gets doomed there, we'd have seen a whole different fight.
For sure.
The swap would have still been there, but the Sonic Wave would have killed off the Vengeful Spirit because he would have been swapped into danger, and yeah. That would have been a different fight
suddenly,
indeed.
We mentioned Dichara before, that he was really underfarmed. Suddenly, he's the top of the network.
Suddenly sitting on 2,800 gold in his inventory. Roshan is being taken by Mama's Boys though, and that will give them a bit of a boost to make something happen as the flare does come in, but it's going to be scouted out too late.
This
And there's
goes back
nothing that Navi can do.
as you said, Bambo has just been too focused on finding pickoffs.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been farming too much. I
His
mean,
farm is halted. He is trying to kill off
He's
Axmo
not
here,
even gonna
but
get it.
Axmo is, yeah, he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine.
can
Yeah, the
deny
Doom
him
is not
the
going to
worst
take
case
him
scenario.
down. There's no bottle charges anymore, but he's okay. Tier 2 tower, perhaps they can take that one instead. They do have that Aegis, of course, which is like an extra threat on the side of Mama's Boys. But still hesitant to force out that next fight.
They don't have the wards, so they don't want to commit to this tower, really. If anything, they probably want to wait until Pikehead has his BKB. As soon as he has his BKB, they're probably gonna fight much more. Because then Pikehead can just initiate and they can't really do anything against it.
Smoke up from Navi. They're gonna try to find someone in the dire jungle. Flare already comes out. They know where Bambo is, and he is.
He hits
They
the hook
caught
shot.
him, but they don't
The
have
fly hook
protection.
shot.
Oh my god! He actually let him out. He did kill off one of the wards, thinking he might not have him, but Bambo will go down there. Nice swap. Trying to get Saxa as well, as Suneko gets turned into a chicken. The Haunt is there though, helping out, killing off Saxa, and perhaps Yaps are there as well. And that is two supports that are very, very dead as Dendy comes in. Double kill for Hook though, he was able on the backline kill off two supports of his own. And Ditchara, he is the person that I don't think they want to see fall. X-Smoke trying to get away, has got 2,400 gold, would lose quite a bit. Start buying your items, son. You need to get some extra buy your items!
He did.
Did he?
He did.
Did. Thank you.
I think it was a
He actually
panic.
bought a Perseverance though.
Yeah, it was a panic buy, I think. I'm pretty sure there was a panic buy. I don't think you want... I guess it's gonna be a Link? Or maybe a
That
Lotus
fight
Orb?
started out so good, why did it end up bad?
Queen of Pain. So much damage. I think she hit her ultimate on 4 heroes.
Yeah.
And Ancient Apparition, look at the item build on Ancient Apparition and Vengeful Spirit. AA has a Midas and a Staff of Wizardry, and Suneko has Cloak, that's it.
That kind of sad. Ancient Separation is a lot more farmed
then
actually
he-
than what it seems to be.
Then he's dead.
Then he's very dead. Finally, Bambo!
He's been waiting so long.
He's been waiting so long to get that Hanta or the Doom off on an unaware puck with the Shadow Blade. Finally paid off, guys, please. Show him some love, show him some love. He's got 1,200 gold. Let's see, and once gold the Spectre was. He still has 3,500 gold. With
So she
after
probably
that
is going
death.
back for the Radiance.
Yeah. Can't believe that fight just went so badly for them. And for Navi, I feel like also they still have so many towers to take down. The 2 tier 1 towers still left standing. That extra gold is something that they really need, especially on those supports. As you pointed out already, how poor those 2 supports are. As the hookshot from Axmo misses there.
I think this is another scenario where you're actually glad that the hook shot doesn't hit. Because I'm pretty sure they would have died.
Queen of Pain gets the Ancient Separation kill in the meantime, as we have the Haunt going off. Queen of Pain dying. Okay.
Yeah,
Is that kill?
she was stunned up by the cold feet after she got the kill. And it was just an easy kill for the Jera.
Let's follow that. Whoa! How much gold did the Spectre get there? She's all of a sudden has enough. Ooh, nice stun from Suneko. Pika jumping in there. She's got enough respect for the Radiance.
She's actually gonna get it.
She only got 400 gold for the kill. So I'm not sure how did she got so much.
She hasn't really been contested too much for the past, I want to say, 10 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is actually really surprising, because I thought the reason why Hook was gonna go for the Aghanims build is to just hunt the Spectre all the time.
Yeah.
But he kind of was like, yeah, now I have my Aghanims. You know what, Ditchera, go farm.
Yeah, he kind of stopped the hunt. Perhaps he thought that with Bambo hunting all the time, he had to be the one to
Speaking of
farm. And
Bambo and
talking
hunting.
about Bambo hunting, yeah, he's already in Shadowblade. He knows he's there.
Sentry.
Gotta be careful there. You saw him.
Imagine
Yeah, the
if
creeps also
Suneko
turn
has
around
an
slightly.
Ether Lens there. That would have been a swap.
Yes, that would have been a swap. He is going for it. He wants to. So you need to. We saw how effective it was previous game. The stuns alone, the range on the magic missile with the ether lens is insane.
So
Axmo
Axmo's
getting some more vision.
probably gonna go back for Lotus Orb.
Whoa!
Oh no, that was the... Was that the Radiance Rest? No,
It was the plate mail.
the Plate Mail. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Going for the Lotus Orb. And that Echo Shell. Imagine if you can Doom up the Doom. If you can Hex up the Hexer. If you can Lich Ultimate the Lich, that would be amazing actually. Amplify damage to Slaughter.
Bouncing back the Lich Ultimate would be nice. But I believe just being able to get rid of the Hex or just... It's sort of like a time window where the enemy is not going to cast anything onto you, right? So,
yeah,
that's already good
Look
enough.
at Fikat's positioning, by the way. So ready for this. He's got that BKB ready. He wants to still be ready for this. He wants to just bait out someone moving there, but Navi's playing it very safe. After losing their tower.
And Mama's boys, they don't want to overextend here. I'm just going to go back and... Oh, the hookshot connects.
They try to go back, that's for sure, but Saksa, he's in some trouble. Does get rid of the cog there, and no extra follow-up coming out to help him kill him. Look at Hookah and Pika. They're just waiting for someone to farm that top lane.
No, I think this is
Oh, there
okay.
we go. Someone is actually coming to farm that, but now it's too late. The patience was not big enough. Exmo is seeing now what was happening.
All three of their cores are just lying in, waiting to hunt somebody down all the time.
It does allow more opportunity for Lich and Shadow Shaman to farm, and we see Shadow Shaman almost having his Aghanims completed, and Lich is just liking survivability right now. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and...
Razor, Vitality Booster, Cloak.
Oh, no, it was just a casual...
No, it's just creep. Just a casual Sonic Wave. Just a creep wave. Getting the hate.
Very close to his Aghanims now. He needs this one. When he has that... I mean, he's been hitting some really good Ice Blasts already.
Yeah.
So, this is really nice. And oh, Dichira actually upgraded his Diffusal Blade. I'm surprised, kind of.
I like that.
I like it as well. The damage difference, or the damage increase, I should say, is significant for sure. But I figured maybe he's gonna wait for that and build other items first.
What do you feel like the game plan of Mama's Boys should be now? I mean, they obviously seem to want to fight a lot and want to bait out these ganks and stuff, but Na'Vi seems very deft in avoiding those.
Yeah, I think they might wait for Roshan for the next Rosh. The next Rosh is very likely also gonna come with the Yapzor Aghanim Scepter. Like, by the time they get the next Rosh, they're gonna have the Aghanim Scepter and the Shadow Shaman as well. And with that, it's just like two very good things that they need to when they want to push the Aegis and the Shadow Shaman wards with Aghanims. So this is probably the timing that they're waiting for. They have BKBs on all of their cores, which is really good, actually. Bambo didn't even use his BKB yet, so
he just got it. So yeah.
So this is something that Navi has to be careful about, because once those BKBs are up, they don't really have too much against that.
So there's bait them out. I think Roshan's gonna be once Roshan is taken by probably Mama's Boys, and they'll start to look for a fight again. They still have one more tower to take out in the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Navi has a really good lineup to contest Roshan though, which is something that's going for them. Oh, Dichira!
Oh, Dichira! He's hiding in the trees. But Bambo found him, kills him, easy.
Getting crit down
and that
as
actually
well.
seems very easy. Too easy. Spectre is very squishy.
Yeah, this is why I thought the Radiance build up. I can see why he's going for it, because obviously if they want to go into the late game, they kind of need the Radiance. But at the same time, he's incredibly squishy. Especially... Oh, Dendi. No. Especially considering that Navi supports are not sitting behind the Spectrum babysitting him, but instead they need farm themselves, right?
Yeah.
So...
I only just noticed the flag of Mama's Boys.
Yeah.
But it's actually a Mama's Boy.
I was kind of hoping they would Photoshop like Pykat's face onto that. Or like one of their faces onto that.
Maybe they did.
Is it somebody from them? I don't think so.
I don't know. I can't see. I can't zoom in. It's very sad. If you want to see it, guys, you can go into the in-game client and zoom in on it yourself. Mama's Boys, they definitely have the control at this point. Control over all the jungles. And the towers that they still have standing definitely help with that as well.
I mean, only one tower lost so far.
Yep.
Navi definitely wants those towers. They've invested so much time right now, for example, to farm up art style, but imagine if they had just gotten a tower, or maybe two, then he wouldn't have needed to farm these past, I don't know, 5-8 minutes.
Yeah.
But he has his Aghanims now. It looks like they want to smoke. Yep, they're gonna smoke up. It's a really good timing.
They forgot art style. Poor guy. Maybe they don't want to take him.
Oh, they saw Pike at top. Can they find him though?
Yeah, they can. Let's see if that
Hook
hook shot's gonna be there in time. No hook shot. Everybody's blocking Axmo's hook, so he can't jump yet. Doesn't need to though. BKB pop from Pika though. The swap's still there. Can they take him down? Amplify damage up on Dendy, who gets hexed up straight away. In comes Mama's boys. Oh, Dendy's already down. The Echo Shell on Axmo. I'm not sure if that's gonna do a lot there. As we have got Navi on the retreat, DJ Ra getting doomed up, won't be able to do anything anymore, and they are looking for Artstyle. Artstyle and Clockwork, the only one left. Axmo is on the dire jungle at this point, as Artstyle will die. But Clockwork does not have a teleport scroll. I think this could be... they don't even have buyback. They could at least take the tier 2.
Yeah, as you pointed out, this is Axmo not getting the hookshot, or not being able to get the hookshot because everybody's blocking him. Because if they...
Yeah, and then it takes too long to chase him down.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. If they had landed the hookshot, they probably kill him before he even gets his BKB off, because they do have a lot of disables with the Hex and with the Vengeful Stun as well, and a lot of burst damage as well. So, it's a shame.
Why are they not trying to go for Roshan? What's Mama's boys doing?
They don't have the wards and the slaughter, so that's like most of the damage. The minus armor, obviously, and then...
Could they have not tried to like push out the lanes more then? They didn't, because basically they just had an amazing fight, right? And I feel like they didn't do enough off the back of it.
Yeah, it does seem a bit lackluster. They do get Rosh now.
Yeah,
because
and there's nobody contesting it because it's so fast, and they have cheats with this as well.
And I believe wards should be up soon as well. 30 seconds for wards, yeah. So when they go down the lane, they're gonna have it for high ground.
And it's Aghanim's wards as well. So preferably for Mama's boys, they want to wait for using them until they can go high ground, maybe? They get another successful fight, which I feel like is what they will want to do with that Aegis. Pushing down mid lane perhaps, so they push out the bottom lane as well. Yaps are making sure that is happening. Got the Lich coming in as well. Who are they missing here? Oh, there it is.
Pycat.
Slardar, but he is very, very
with
fast.
A moon shard
and he got himself a moon shard, yeah. I like that.
I like it as well. It's a really good item. You could have... I guess you could have gone AC as well. But... moon shard is just really strong against Spectre also. It's just really good on Slaughter. Ooh, Axmo's TP is cancelled. Did they see that?
I think so. He teleported into the tower, didn't it? Yeah, they're gonna just take this tower.
For Navi, this is actually a good trick because they desperately needed a gold from a tower.
Yeah.
All Dendy.
In comes the ward. Up the high ground. Dendy. Already in a lot of trouble there. They do get Bambo first though. Hook using the cheese. Still finds Dendy. No. Phase shift first. Hook still wants Dendy. He's sticking around, but Yule Scepter's there. He's sticking around still even longer. And it gets forced out still. In the meantime though, the wards did do some damage to the tower. They were able to take down half of the health.
Look.
What went wrong there for the initiation of Mama's boys?
I don't think...
They didn't get the Doom off in the end there.
I don't think Bamboo knew that Dendy has a gem. I also thought that Dendy was gonna be doomed for sure, but... Oh, Dendy with a quicker hands, I guess, or quicker reactions. Yep. And this is technically what Navi has to do if they want to team fight Mama's boys. They have to find a pick-off first.
Yeah. And they have to have full knowledge of where Mama's boys is. Because the mobility on the side of Mama's boys is just so high that if they forget someone, basically, is the only way I can describe it, then... Oh, and then that person comes in from an angle, then they can't deal with that because they're very focused. They have to have very focused fights because their damage is otherwise too spread out because they don't have that much damage yet.
I like the smoke
I should
from
point out
Navi.
earlier as well.
A very classic for protect one kind of smoke. Oh, Saneko finds Pyket.
Finds him, Pyket. Pyket gets amplified damage up. There's still smoke on the rest though. Be careful here. Echo Shell coming out as well. And the crush. And that's Soneko dead. Well, it's the only one dying, I say. Yeah. Separation teleporting out. Spectre teleporting out.
Exmo.
Exmo has not got any mobility items apart from the hookshot, but he will be okay. It's a good thing that they only got Soneko there. It could have been way worse.
Yes.
And Soneko's dead for only 30 seconds, so he'll be okay.
Egg is gonna drop in 2 minutes. I don't think Mama's Boys will be able to utilize it for the push too much. I think Navi has enough to wait it out.
No, the Hex, they actually go in straight away. They go on Bamboo first, hookshot there as well. Yapster picks up Sonic Wave, still doing some damage, but it's not enough. The ultimate bouncing around, Digiraffe forced back and actually goes on to work on the wards. Pyket still has that Aegis, and will be using it right there. As Dendy will use that time to try and take out Saxa. Or is he? No, he's just focusing on Pyket. Jules up in the air first. BKB is there. So nice. I'm not sure if that's a nice swap, but it's a swap nonetheless. Pyket backing off. They're coming out actually. Flare picks up Saxa and Dendy jumping forward, hexing up Pyket. Is there backup? No. Queen of Pain should be okay as well. Still has a BKB and can blink out. Yeah, but the BKB is there. Oh, and he misses the hookshot as well. Oh, use up in the air. Now the BKB should come out. There you go. BKB teleport out. And Dendy is the one to die. Who cancels his TP because he knows maybe he can make something happen. A gem picked up by Axmo. Can they chase down Pyket? Pyket has got another blink in 3 seconds. Actually, will be cancelled, of course, by the Asian Separation ult, but does he want to go back in is the question. That Asian Separation ulti is an Acronym's ulti, so it will last for a while. Not going back in. Navi did end up winning that fight. But you start to wonder, like, when can they actually start taking something off the back of their fights? They still don't have that pushing power. They have to win a fight very convincingly for them to be able to do that.
They might get this tier 1 bottom, but at the same time, Mama's Boys also still have a cliff. So yeah, as you correctly pointed out, they take fights, but they don't really get an objective out of it. In fact, oh, look at Pyket.
Pyket maybe in a bit of trouble here, getting stunned up. Jumped forward a bit greedily, but gets Glimmer Caped by the Lich. Nice save. And by the way, Glimmer Cape, I mean, yeah, there's of course Doom with the Shadow Blade. And there's a gem on the side of Navi as well, but the magic damage produced is actually pretty big in this case.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Oh boy.
Did they buy a new gem? No, wait, that's Lich buying a gem.
No.
Because the gem is still in the hands of
Navi.
Dendy, or again in the hands of Dendy, I should say.
That was a very aggressive chase from Dendy, especially against Slaughter. But, you know, I think if you're Navi, you have to go for these kind of plays right now. I don't think you should play, or you can play too safe. It actually also would have been a kill on hook if this had been a level 16 AA. But just because he's only level 14, the ultimate wasn't too strong. The threshold and the damage.
No, Navi might want to be aggressive, but it's actually... Whoa, BKB turned on. He does get the real... though, but not before the dagger went out, and the right clicks go up on Taneko. Still got a stun available as well. And a long range swap, and the Hex Bambo. He'll pay for his aggression right there. And Dichara will be able to make it out just fine. He's already standing in base.
Poor Bambo,
At this point, the Doom, level 3 Doom is not going to kill a Spectre anymore.
By the way, Bambo sold his Shadow Blade.
Did?
It's...
Okay.
I think he just realized that, I guess in hindsight, he didn't get too many pickoffs after all, and at this point it's not valuable to have it, really.
The equivalent of tossing your PC out of the window when you lose a game.
Yes.
You're selling your Shadow Blade when it's not working out for you. We got a Blink Dagger instead, though. I like that one a lot better. I mean, you know that they're gonna see you coming anyway with the gem.
I think the item pickup itself was actually okay at the beginning, but it was just very unfortunate for him as well to not find a pickoff.
Yeah. That is. We saw him roam around in the jungle for ages.
It looks like Navi's actually gonna get another tier 1 here. The last one.
DP's away from Mama's Boys. they're starting to struggle a little bit in finding the right fights. They have been able to find the right fights. Was that me? No. Thank God. I just clicked on the net worth graph at the same time. But yeah, the graphs are slightly dipping in favor of Na'Vi slightly again. I say slightly because it's still very much in favor of Mama's Boys, but at this point, we mentioned at the start, Na'Vi just wants to delay the game. They just want to play the Spectre game. And they're doing just that right now, and it's working out.
At the same time, though, if you look at net worth and the graph, you have to kind of ask yourself what these numbers translate into. What kind of items does this mean for Na'Vi? Or like, what kind of advantage do they get out of the gold they get? It's a lot of mobility and utility items on Na'Vi, whereas, yeah, sure, Pyket also has a utility item in terms of Force Staff, but there's a lot of good items on Mama's Boy's side that are very bad for Na'Vi. Those BKBs are something that they can't really handle outside of the Spectre at this point. Maybe they can kite a bit with the hook shot and with the swap, but that's really it. And Na'Vi, if you look at the course, Puck, for example, his blink and yields, and then there's a Force Staff and a Blade Mail onto the clockwork. So
Yeah.
the money doesn't really necessarily translate into really good items for now.
And mostly doesn't translate into damage. They gotta get these pickups.
Exactly.
Where do you think they're gonna get their damage from later on? It's gonna be the Spectre?
It's pretty much just Ditchera at this point. They have to bank on him to just get really, really fat and find items. Probably maybe a butterfly next, because there's no MKB on Mama's Boys, and it's very unlikely to see an MKB anytime soon. Could also go for the Abyssal, just to deal with those BKBs. Obviously, Abyssal also a lot of damage, although it has been nerfed in that regard.
It is Na'Vi that is making a bit of a comeback right now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What would you contribute that to? If there's not that much damage on Na'Vi, is it basically Mama's Boys just mispositioning themselves and not maybe assuming that Na'Vi is not as aggressive as they were just now?
Yeah, I think it really is just bad positioning. If you look at the last two pickups, or the last, I suppose, 3 or 4 kills that they got, was mostly just because Mama's Boys wasn't necessarily as a team. Bamboo twice completely out of position, and actually 3 times, because in the mid lane when they got the Hex on Bamboo as well. So this is just like Na'Vi finding these openings that Mama's Boys is basically giving them. And
I know.
I think
they gotta shape up.
Yeah, I think they will, honestly. I think this is one of those scenarios where, especially with the pause right now, they're able to collect their thoughts and just like, hey guys, we have the advantage still, let's utilize this. Look at them, they're actually pretty weak in regards to physical damage. Maybe we just pick up the next item, for example, on Slaughter, he's sitting on 3k right now. Just pick up one more item and then wait for maybe a Roche and then go down again. Because the last time they got the Roche, they didn't really commit too much with the Aegis, I feel.
Well, I think that was the fight where Doom got picked up before he could even Doom, right?
But even then, at the time when he got picked off, there was only about a minute left on the Aegis, so a minute and a half, I guess. And it wasn't too much commitment from Mama's Boys with the Aegis, so I think this is something that they have to maybe change in the upcoming fight. Just commit more when you have the Aegis, because again, it is already difficult enough for Na'Vi to kill the likes of Slaughter right now, just because they're so tanky. Make them do it twice. Force them to do these kind of long drawn-out fights, because long drawn-out fights are very beneficial to Mama's Boys at this point.
Talking about Slaughter and him being able to kill him, he's got 3,200 gold. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's gonna buy.
I'm still not sure what he should buy. I think AC is a bit of overkill, mostly because they have a lot of armor already, and at some point buying more armor is not necessarily beneficial. It doesn't scale that well because you need HP as well. So I don't know, I think it could maybe be hard just to be really tanky and just to go in, because again, they don't have much physical damage on the side of Na'Vi, so just force them to, I guess, either ignore Pyket completely or focus him down. Or he could preemptively go for an MKB if he thinks that Ditchera is gonna get one.
I think Ditchera needs. They need damage, sure, but he needs to stay alive as well, and he's still very squishy. So maybe a heart for him, I would say. And he actually is sitting on 4,600 gold. So I'm kind of hoping that they're going to be building a heart on that guy.
Well, this is the bad thing for DTR right now, because they're in such a backseat position. Yeah, they're making a comeback, but just because they're still behind, he needs to save money for buyback, so he can't commit to an item right now. He needs a lot of money before he can, say, commit to an item. But yeah, I think heart is actually probably the better decision for DTR.
Well, Queen of Pain is back, and now Shadow Shaman left. There's that. That's not great. What did they do? What are they saying? Why are they not saying anything?
This is why, DTR is already getting anxious. Navi is, by the way, boot camping right now, so they are playing on LAN together in the office. Certainly helps the team in terms of communication. Actually, I think Pycat should go for Heaven Salbert, because DTR is probably not going to get a BKB.
True. That is actually work out real well. I mean, there's still going to be a lot of damage being done by the dispersion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then again, he has his own BKB to stop that from happening. His BKB, by the way, is down to 7 seconds.
Man, he had to use it very defensively a lot.
Yeah. So, let's see if this is still happening. We're gonna still see the tower here going down. There is a Lich coming dangerously close. Yeah, okay. Hello, Saksa. Welcome back to the game.
I think, yeah.
Okay. I think Saksa was maybe still AFK.
I think...
Saksa might have died.
I agree. I think this is one of those situations where, hey, are you actually here, dude?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Well, okay, maybe it was just stupid. He's dead anyway. You're not gonna... Like, they said they could unpause, so... Whatever.
Definitely on his team.
Yep. He dead. Very dead. Nice try, dude. Well, tower down, Lich down. And the pressure is already applied on that top lane.
And the good thing for Navi is that... Pycat. Do they have enough to burst
Hex
him here?
stop! Oh, the burst, it's enough, but the BKB!
But the Chira's gonna catch up, actually.
And it's not gonna last long enough. Is the Lich level 16? No, he's not level 16. He's not level 16.
He's gonna die.
That might have been... Yep, dead.
It's a huge mistake.
That is a gigantic kill and another BKB charge. He does have a buyback, but it doesn't... I don't think it matters much. Ooh. Blink in, Hex up on Hook. They keep finding these pickups. The Hook shot in the meantime coming out as well. Hit on a creep, but it doesn't matter. Hook will be able to blink away, but it's still getting chased. There could be a use if then he wants to make it happen. He has got the use there as well. Is there enough follow-up there? Is the blink in time? Oh, nice cogs placement and a silence and a kill. Well done. Navi, they're just taking advantage of monkey business, basically seeming to need to recover from something after that pause.
It really feels like they didn't utilize the pause at all to sort of like talk things over. And if anything, I'm not trying to flame them or anything, but it feels like they were kind of asleep during the pause, because so many things happening right now shouldn't happen if you're really on edge. And it looks like they kind of lost their focus, because giving away these 2 kills, you cannot afford that. Oh, 3 kills, make it 3.
Oh, Yepsor. Well, Yepsor had to try. I don't blame him for trying that.
Yeah.
Spectre still got the Aegis. They got the Roshan. This is the first time. The Navi got the Roshan. They got the cheese as well. They put the cheese on the clockwork. And with that, do you feel like that is something that Navi can start using? Or... Oh, wait a second. Saksa is gonna find Artcell together here with Bamba, but the hookshot is there. Artcell still doing some damage and at least freezes up Bambo, and if they can get this trade, that would be totally worth it, but they block Bambo out. Bambo turns on his BKB, has got a teleport score. He probably should teleport at this point, Bambo. Blinks away and now teleports. Nice blink as well. They don't know where he is. But it doesn't matter. They still got the kill on the Lich for the separation and another BKB charge. That was an 8-second BKB used. I mean... Okay, so back to my question. The heart's there for Spectre. They got the Aegis. Are they gonna try force out fights?
I think so, yeah. I think now is when you Navi, you commit to at least tower pushes. Or
Another
lane.
BKB. The swap is
Bottom.
there. Hook. Can't blink again though. He's okay.
Oh, he hits it.
Where is he though? Hook shot from Axmo and the Hex. Then need to follow up there. There should be enough damage. Echo Shell or not. Echo Shell is actually up on Axmo himself.
On
Tier 2 tower drops. And they found
And he
Pycat.
forced
Indeed
another
they did.
BKB.
Nice blink. Dodging the hook in the meantime. Doom does not have a BKB yet. Yapsor doesn't even have a BKB. Does have a gem. It falls behind the tree line though, so they don't. Yeah, they do see it. Yeah. So Neko picks it up, and they are kind of locked in right now. Crush coming in. Up on Neko. Lich ultimate as well, and everybody is split together. Pycat still getting hexed up, but force tosses himself to the low ground. Dendi looking for the kill. The hookshot actually already found it though, as there is a Vengeful Spirit down on the deck with the gem as well as Mamo just crushes her down. The wards are there, baiting the fight again, back to the wards, but I don't think it matters. That is just free gold, although actually Puck. Then he just died to those wards as Saksa is the last one alive on the side of Mama's boys. That was a bit BM.
Alright, this was the least tactical pause ever. Seriously. I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure that Mama's boys just... I don't know, they just fell apart during that pause. Something must have happened, really, because... It feels like they're playing as if they already lost the game 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Maybe they just did the math or some other result that we don't know about happened, that they know like, hey guys, we can't make it through the group stages anymore.
Maybe.
That could be the case.
That could affect them for sure. But the way they just played, that was yeah, the way they just played is definitely as if they had already been eliminated.
Yeah.
So, Navi making yet another comeback.
They seem to be doing that exactly. It's kind of the theme for them today, it seems, or at least having hard early games and then being able to either do or don't do anything late game, but at least make it to the late game and just drag the game out.
At this point,
Well, the other games
I don't know,
today.
they just expended so... You know, usually you could make a case, okay, you know, Mama's boys can come back here and there and they can do this and that, but I feel like their mental state...
They still can.
Yeah, they still can, but I feel
They
like
just make mistakes, yeah.
their mental state
right.
is so awful right now. If they can collect themselves together again, if they can just focus again, yeah, for sure. But they also expended a ton of BKB charges right now.
Yeah. Oh, Mama's boys. This is the final hurrah, the last Hail Mary. Hurrah. Focus upon the children already bouncing around. There is a death on Sonego, and the Sonic Wave actually hits 3 people, 2 people at least actually. Maybe just 1. I don't even know, but it's enough. Axmo together with Denny, last 2 alive. Ditchera, Aegis is burned, back up alive, but doomed up already. But the desolate damage, oh my god! I really thought that Mama's boys had this fight. I really thought they had a chance. They started out so well, but that Aegis just turned everything around.
They also clumped up together for a very beautiful AA blast. I think it hit 2 in the blast and clipped another 2 with the shatter effect. So yeah.
I got caught up on that Sonic Wave that I thought was really good, but then I figured it was only one person that could hit by it. And it doesn't even matter. I mean, Ditchera, he's got 10k gold.
He has 10k gold in his bank, and he doesn't even need to spend it at this point.
No. GG.
GG's
That's it.
call. And I'm...
Well, after that pause, I don't know. That was very anticlimactic. 2-0! Favor of Navi. They needed those points. Have a chance to make it to the playoff matches here in the group stages of the Shanghai Major. Mama's boys. This was their 3rd series. The 2nd series that they lost. And they had 1 tie earlier today as well. But I think that with this loss, their chances of making it to the playoffs are kinda done.
I think so too, yeah. They're at 1 point after 6 games. Or I guess 1 win after 6 games. So I'm pretty sure they're done.